All right, let's just jump right in. We live in this incredible, vast universe that, according to our best physics, really shouldn't even be here. It's kind of wild. Today, we're going to talk about a pretty radical idea called Fractal Quantum Field Theory, or FQFT for short. It's proposing a whole new mathematical language for reality, one that might finally fix some of the biggest, most glaring bugs in how we see the cosmos. And that really gets to the heart of the mystery, doesn't it? Our standard physics, for all its incredible power, has some major plot holes. I mean, it's predicting these impossible infinities where we know there should be real finite numbers, and it just can't quite explain how we went from a super smooth, almost boring early universe to the amazing, complex cosmic web we see all around us today. It's kind of like reading a fantastic book, but right at the climax, you find out the pages explaining how the whole thing didn't just collapse on itself or just ripped out. So, what we're going to do here is go on a little puzzle-solving journey. We're going to look at three of the biggest glitches in, let's call it the source code of reality, and we'll see how this FQFT framework offers a fix for each one. Okay, so first up, we've got the infinity problem. Our best theories tell us that empty space, nothingness, should be fizzing with infinite energy. Now, to put that into perspective, that's enough energy to just poof, create black holes everywhere, instantly. Clearly, that's not happening, so big problem. Second, the structure problem. How did a universe that started out incredibly uniform and smooth manage to organize itself into this amazing cosmic web of galaxies and giant empty voids? And finally, the evolution problem. This one's a doozy. How did the universe even begin when the laws of physics as we know them just completely break down at the Big Bang? All right, let's tackle that first glitch, the infinity problem. To solve this, FQFT brings in a brand new tool. It suggests there's another layer to reality, a sixth dimension, that acts like a cosmic accountant, carefully and precisely balancing the universe's books. So here's the core issue. When you use standard quantum field theory to calculate the energy of empty space, the answer you get is infinity. And I don't mean just a ridiculously big number. I mean literally infinite. It's so bad it's been called the single worst prediction in the history of physics. That's a huge red flag that something is fundamentally broken in our math. So how does FQFT fix this? Well, it uses a really powerful mathematical technique called Zeta regularization. Think about it like this. Instead of just throwing your hands up and ignoring the infinity or kind of sweeping it under the rug, this method actually analyzes the pattern within that infinite sum. And it pulls out the single, real, finite value that was hiding inside it the whole time. It's not a cheat. It's a way of revealing the true answer that the infinity was just masking. And here's why this is so important and so elegant, really. In physics, preserving symmetries is everything. These are the deep, fundamental rules the universe has to play by. And this technique, it doesn't break a single one of them. It's a completely legit, mathematically rigorous way to tame infinity without, cheating. And here's the beautiful result. After our cosmic accountant has done its job, FQFT spits out an exact finite number for the vacuum energy density. It's pi to the fourth divided by 90. That one clean number solves the infamous cosmological constant problem. I'm talking about closing a gap of 120 orders of magnitude. That's a 1 with 120 zeros after it between what theory predicted and what we actually see. So problem 1, solved. Okay, so we've tamed infinity, we've got a stable energy foundation for the universe. Awesome. Now let's move on to the next puzzle, structure. How do you get all this amazing complexity from something that started out so uniform? Well, FQFT says the answer is in the seventh dimension, which holds the universe's basic growth algorithm. It's like a fractal blueprint for everything. And this really is a deep puzzle when you think about it. The early universe was ridiculously smooth. So smooth that places that were way too far apart to have ever communicated with each other somehow had the exact same temperature. It's wild. And yet, today, we see this incredible, intricate, lacy structure of galaxy clusters and giant empty spaces. How can both of those things be true? The answer from FQFT is something called the fractal propagator. Basically, it's the fundamental rulebook for how things connect and influence each other across the entire universe. Think of a tree branching out, or how a snowflake forms. It's the same simple rule, just repeated over and over at every single scale, creating this amazing complexity from nothing. Well, this propagator does that for the whole cosmos. And here's the real kicker. Because this rule is fractal, it's non-local. What that means is it connects everything, everywhere, all at the same time. This immediately solves the uniformity problem, right? Everything was already correlated from the very beginning. But, and this is the cool part, it also seeds the structure. It naturally creates those dense filaments and empty voids we see in the cosmic web. It's the smoother and the seed, all in one. Problem 2, solved. Okay, on to the final, and maybe the deepest puzzle of all, evolution itself. I mean, how does reality even move from one moment to the next? FQFT's answer is that we need to look to the 9th dimension, where we'll find the universe's true engine of change. And it's a constructive engine, not a continuous one. So, think about this for a second. Our current physics, which is built on differential equations, sees change as the smooth, continuous flow. But that math just completely shatters when you get to the Big Bang singularity, where everything goes infinite. It literally cannot compute the very first moment. So you have to ask, how did the universe get started if its own rulebook didn't even work at the start? This is a total paradigm shift. Old physics uses differential equations. It looks at one tiny instant in time to predict the next one. FQFT just throws that out and replaces it with something called transrecursive sums. So instead of a smooth flow, imagine the universe literally builds the next moment by adding up its entire past. It's like adding a new Lego brick to a structure you've already built. And because you're always adding to something, you never have to worry about a first brick or a starting point where the rules don't work. And the engine that does this building is called the Transrecursive Kernel, or TRK omega. The Lego analogy is just perfect for this. Every new moment in the universe is like a new block that gets added, and the math guarantees it will fit perfectly with the whole structure that's already there. No gaps, no weird infinities, just a clean, constructive process. So here's how it actually works, step by step. First, the kernel looks at all the previous states of the universe, its entire history. Then it uses that fractal propagator we talked about to figure out how much weight to give each part of that history. Finally, it just sums all of that up to build the next moment. It's a step-by-step, constructive, and completely singularity-free way for reality to move forward. And just like that, problem 3 is solved. Okay, so let's zoom out and put this all together. We've just walked through 3 huge cosmic puzzles, and for each one, we've seen an elegant, interconnected solution from FQFT. And the key thing is, these aren't just random patches. This is a blueprint for a totally coherent universe. So a super quick recap. The 60 layer tames infinity, giving us a stable energy foundation. The 7D layer provides the fractal blueprint, explaining both the smoothness and the structure of the cosmos. And the 9D layer gives us a constructive, step-by-step evolution that completely avoids that whole beginning of time paradox. Boom, boom, boom. And really, this is the most important thing to take away from all this. FQFT isn't just fixing separate problems. It's showing us a universe where stability, structure, and evolution are all just natural consequences of the same deeper mathematical logic. It's one single, integrated, coherent system that literally builds reality from the ground up. Which leaves us with one last, really mind-bending thought. If the universe really is built this way, constructively, step by step, from a set of elegant, coherent rules, that kind of suggests that reality itself is computational. And if we can really truly understand that source code, well, what else could we build?